This will be a tutorial on the prefabs. So prefabs are prefabricated. Prefabs are amazing. We can see them in other editors before, like Quake and Doom. What they are is basically a level inside of another level. For example, this is a prefab here. To select it, we need to be object mode and then click select. And to find where it was in the browser, right click, selection, and then select prefab. And if you go to the prefab tab, you can see it here. To add a new prefab, for example, I will add something on this wall. I will select the wall, Shift X to place a marker on the wall, and I will add a AC unit, so I can type it AC like this. Double click to add, and now you see it's done, but not the right orientation. So here I can move it with the arrow key like this, or I can rotate it, control, rotate in 90 degree. You can also rotate with the N key. If you hold N, you can rotate in like more like soft degree. If you want to open a prefab, which is, like I said, a level inside of a level, you can right click on it and select open. Click open, I mean, and you can see inside. Now we are in the prefab. Normally prefab are used for like complex object. This is not complex, but there's like chairs, for example, and they are completely editable. It's not like a models that you cannot edit. Everything here we can edit inside the editor. So even like this brush, I can take it, move it around, or I can also like resize it like this, like just like a normal brush. If I save this prefab, this level, it will impact every prefab you place everywhere in your levels, because they are like instances. So this is a great thing about them. To change the level, you go in the windows on top and you can select the different prefab or level open. So if I want to come back to my tutorial prefab, now we'll see how the scripting work in prefabs. For example, this light, fluorescent light, we did that in another tutorial, in previous tutorial. If we check the lights, its name, like it has a special name, right? So we'll see how that goes. If I open this fluorescent light, right click, selection, select prefab, and now it's there. Open prefab. And if I look at how the object here work, we have this J for group properties, and we can see here interesting naming. Instead of having like the name of the object just right up, we have this number symbol in front. So it's the number symbol, then a dot, and then the name of the object. Every object inside of prefabs need to be named like this. This is because we can access them from our master level. If I go back to my master level, and I check, I open like a script windows. We will talk about scripting in another tutorial. This is a script windows. If I write if I want to access the, I don't know what one. I want to access the G object. I will copy the name of the prefabs I want to access, and I will write a command, and then the name of the prefab. Then I will add a dot, and then the name of the object I want to access inside the prefab, which is a G, and that's it. And then I write the, I don't know, like the on or the command I can write. And we can also do the inverse. We can also access object from the prefab outside of it. For like this lights here, it's an object that is inside our master level, but the prefab can access it. So it's the inverse. If I go inside my prefabs, fluorescent light, I can check the group object again, you can see those are named differently. We have the name of the object, and then we have the special symbol, which is the dot and then the number symbol. This means it can access this object outside, which means it can access the object, an object inside our master level. So for example, this is L1, then the name of the prefab, which it accesses this object. If we go in the master level, we can see the object here, the light that is attached to this prefab. It's named like this. It's named L1 dot and then the name of the prefab. So there's a link between the two. So that is really powerful feature, because we can script between levels, between like the level and the prefabs, outside and inside, and we can do that without breaking any of the instances or any of the prefab. Now we see when we want to break a prefab. So we have this windows here. I will place a marker on the top, and I will add a Windows. Go in industrial, and I will write WEN for Windows. I will add this one. Double click. Now it's placed. Well, it's a place. Let's place it. So rotate, control, rotate, and then move down. Windows. Okay, move down. Like change the grid size. Like this, and now boom. It's not quite correct. It doesn't fit here. Like it's too big. So let's break the prefab to access all of its components right now. So I right click my Windows prefab and I choose disconnect. Now the prefab is broken inside of it, and I can access all the object in my master level. So now I can, for example, change the size or do like a mirror or whatever. I will press M, yes, M, to change the size of it. And I will choose fit to world unit to access like the size in centimeters. So I can precisely decide. And I check scale texture with selection. Or you can decide, but it's better to have it checked by default. So I need to reduce by 10 centimeters, so 250. And I press OK. OK. And now you see it's smaller, but I need to move it a bit. Like this. And now it fits perfectly. So this was it for this tutorial, and see you next time.